Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Appreciate it as always. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. All right, we've got some women's college basketball to talk about. This is one I know a few of you have been asking about. I've been wanting to do, and this latest thing just spurred me on to get it done because I thought this was just disrespectful. I think this is a huge snub. We look at the Athletic. I got a lot of issues with the Athletic. Anyway, they're not hiring the best and brightest, but hey, that's a whole nother story. We have the midseason All-American first team women's college basketball. Juju Watkins, Paige Beckers, Hannah Hidalgo, Anisha Morrow, Lauren Betts. So, what's my issue? There is no Tania Latson. Yeah, there is no Tania Latson, folks. We have managed to put 3 guards on this team in order to get Paige Beckers on here. I believe that is why they have 3 guards on here. It's because they wanted to make sure that they did not leave Paige Beckers off because, as we all know, as all the Hatelins and the Annie Clarkers talk about, Paige Beckers is generational. And yet they had to add a 3rd guard to get her on this team because she's not outplaying Hannah Hidalgo. She's not well, I'm not gonna say yet she's not out padding Juju Watkins. The more I watch of Juju, the more I think, yeah, she's got a great game, but you can't go by her numbers because she is clearly stat padding this season. Her coach is helping her stat pad this season. I think we've all seen that recently. I believe it was it last game? Somebody messaged this to me about this. I think they were up like 14 or 16, and USC had the ball with no shot clock left, right? That's how little time there was on the game. So you just dribble out the clock. You're up 16. I think you've all heard this if you follow the WNBA. What does Juju do? She chucks up a three-pointer. Chucks up a three-pointer. The game is over. It was like 82-66, I think, 20 seconds left, something like that. No reason to shoot. You dribble out the clock, you shake hands, you head into the locker room. But no, she's jacking up a 3 because Juju has been stat padding this season. Okay. But that being said, I want to get into a little bit about Latson and just kind of bring this. I know a lot of you are supporters, which is really cool, by the way. And it also goes to something else I'll mention real quick for those of you that are now yelling at me to get to the point. Clark fans have been disparaged as being newbies and they don't know anything about the game. What I have seen with my channel and your comments is that they know far more about the game than the people who dislike Caitlin Clark. And this is a great example because the only people I have seen really talk about Latson at Florida State are the people that I would consider the WNBA newbies, the Caitlin Clark fans. They know the game of basketball. So let's look at Tania here. I tell you, I keep wanting to say Tania. If I say it at accident, I apologize ahead of time. I see the writing and I think Tania. I don't, that's just me. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. You can see this leading scorer still over 26 points a game, almost 5 boards a game, 4.5 assists a game. So she does a little bit of everything. She's only 5'8", folks, and she's grabbing 5 boards a game, shooting 49% from the field, a whopping 45.5% from three. And yes, she does take threes, over 80% of the line from the line as well, almost a 53% EFG. And let's compare that to someone. By the way, one thing I want to point out, she's playing under 30 minutes a game too. Playing under 30 minutes a game. So Juju, what's Juju doing while playing 34 minutes a game? 24.6 points a little. She's grabbing more rebounds, but again, she's 6'2", and Latson is 5'8". 3.7 assists, not as many assists, 44.7% from the field, doesn't shoot as well, 34% from three. Big difference between the two there. Juju is a very good free throw shooter, and her EFG is over 50%. It's not bad, but again, so much talk about. I should have kept it to show. I saw someone just the other day posting that the WNBA Jordan is coming, talking about Juju Watkins. Of course, that is someone who's probably never seen basketball before, certainly hasn't seen Jordan play. I think that's a ridiculous comparison to make. And that's no knock on Juju, but come on now. And yet that same person, again, no one talking about Nia Latson, and of course Paige Beckers. And I'm picking these three out because, or these two out because they're like Hannah Hidalgo, clearly. I mean, I'm looking at her as player of the year. If not Latson, it could be Juju. I mean, they're all in the mix. But Paige Beckers is not having a first team All American season. She's not playing poorly. Please understand, I'm not bashing Paige. A lot of it is a disconnect between the people who want her to replace Caitlyn and are calling her generational, right? So you have judging against those expectations. It seems like we're saying, oh, she's not a very good player. No, but she's not what they're saying. She's not generating those kind of numbers. Great season. I did a video recently, which one of my better videos. I'm starting to think y'all are liking the college women's basketball stuff. Maybe I should do more of those. But when I talked about Haley Van Lith quietly having a season as good as, if not better than Paige Beckers, and yet no one's talking about it, and Haley's doing it on a team with not nearly the amount of talent around her. Paige, 19 points, 4.4 rebounds, 4.2 assists, all of those lower than Latson at Florida State. Yes, Paige is a very efficient shooter. I'll give you that. I've always said that. But again, guess what? Latson has a better 3-point shooting percentage than Paige Beckers does at 42.6. Latson was a, what did I say it was? 44 and a half. Is that right? 45.5% from three. Absolutely wild. Now, I want to show you a couple of things. One was this, because I talked about this earlier when I was going off of the player of the year candidates from an article that I had read in which Latson wasn't on it. So I was kind of going by who was on it and who was somebody I shouldn't. I mentioned Latson, or she might have been like sixth or something like that. And one thing I said wanted to see is later in the schedule getting into tougher competition. Some of that tougher competition just happened January 26th, where they played 15th ranked North Carolina and won that game in very exciting fashion. Got some big games coming up later in the season. North Carolina State currently ranked 17th. Got Georgia Tech ranked 20th coming up February 27th, everyone. Notre Dame, Florida State versus number 3, Notre Dame. And right after that, number 10, Duke. So she's got a lot of tough games later on in the season. But let's talk a little bit. Let's just show you a little bit. This is the winning basket against North Carolina. It's 84-84 here. This is the winning basket from Nia Latson. Double team, great pump fake. Look at that. And please, as we show this one more time, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying here, but that's one of the things we say is missing, has been missing from the women's game that is starting to come as these women become better and better athletes to see that type of body control and hang time and that vertical off the ground, which you just don't see that much in the women's game. I look at that and I'm like, okay, that's one of those things I see from the men's game right here. First of all, great pump fake, two players jumping, great body control, great hang time. That is a fantastic finish. You're doing it against the 15th ranked team in the country to win the game. That is absolutely fantastic. I got a couple others here. This is this the right one I'm looking at? Yeah, this is a longer look at this. You can see as the play develops a little more on this one, and you're going to see how we got it. The movement off the ball to break three of that defender, turn, pump fake, and boom. Absolutely fantastic body control. Great movement off the ball to get open as well. And then I think this is again, this is a great play. So I just wanted to show you this for those of you that haven't seen a lot of Latson play. This is a great job. Watch this body control and this athleticism as she slips between two defenders to make that layup. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show it one more time and slow it down just a little bit so y'all can see this body control. First of all, the explosiveness right there. Explosiveness to just blow right by this defender who's now running. That's bad. Boom, right between them. Beautiful, beautiful finish by Latson on that one as well. So This is wild to me. I don't understand the disrespect and why we're not hearing more about Tania Latson for player of the year, right? I mean, they don't even have her. The Athletic doesn't even have her on their mid-season All-American team. They put 3 guards on there in order to get Paige Beckers on there. Or you know what? To be fair, maybe it was they were like, well, we can't leave off Hannah Hidalgo. We know that. We don't want to leave off Juju or Paige, or we're gonna piss off a lot of people and a lot of fan base. You can see her beautiful rhythm on the three on this as well. And so we've got to find a way to get both of them. And a lot of people probably don't know about any of the good forwards out there. So we're just going to put 3 guards on this team. But you put 3 guards on this team and you left off this young lady, which is absolutely bonkers to me. So I'm telling you right now, she is in the running for player of the year if those who actually vote on this award get their heads out of their butts and start paying attention to what's going on instead of paying attention to the sports media, which just can't seem to get anything right at all. So here you go. Here's that video. Props to Latson. Hey, like this one, get this out, show a lot of people. Say, why are we not talking about this young lady for player of the year? Really going to be interesting toward the end of the regular season, what kind of impact she has with her team playing those higher ranked teams, especially Notre Dame. I think hopefully we've got 4 weeks. We get Latson on the radar. People start talking about her. That game gets talked up. You get massive ratings, Florida State v. Notre Dame at the end of the season. We'll see what happens there. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Who else do you think is not getting the attention they deserve? What do you think about Latson getting left off this midseason? She's leading the nation in scoring, as we know. It's not just because she chucks up a lot of shots. High shooting percentage, 45% from three, grabs rebounds, dishes out assists as well, does a little bit of everything. But they left her off that team so they could get 3 other guards onto that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps out tremendously. And I will talk to you later.